Is there a proper order to love? Are you supposed to love some people more than others? Are you only supposed to love some people after you've considered loving certain other people? Well, Vice President Vance certainly thinks so.
But there's this old school, and I think it's a very Christian concept, by the way, that you love your family, and then you love your neighbor, and then you love your community, and then you love your fellow citizens in your own country, and then after that, you can focus and prioritize the rest of the world. A lot of the far left has completely inverted that. They seem to hate the citizens of their own country and care more about people outside their own borders. That is no way to run a society.
Now, the internet has blown up ever since Vice President Vance made these comments, with some influencers supporting him and others saying that he totally misinterpreted St. Thomas Aquinas' concept of ordo amoris. Even the Pope weighed in, writing in a letter to U.S. bishops that Christian love is not an expansion of concentric interests that little by little extend to other persons and groups. Leaving aside the Catholic debate for now, what I can say for certain is that Vance's understanding is a Confucian one, and one that goes back 2,000 years. In a Confucian classic called The Great Learning, the opening chapter highlights the importance of hierarchies. It is important, at the very outset, to order your priorities. And what is the proper order of priorities? In times of old, those wishing to bring order to the world first proved their worth by bringing prosperity to a nation. Those presiding over prosperous nations began by bringing joy to their families. And those heads of joyous households earned their place by demonstrating personal integrity. In other words, before you can care for the people of the world, you need to care for the people of your own nation. Before you can care for the people of your nation, you need to care for the people of your family. And before you can care for the people of your family, you have to make sure that you yourself are not a total mess. The Great Learning makes this clear in a line that is familiar to most East Asian societies. Personal integrity brings familial bliss builds prosperous nations, and prosperous nations bring about world peace. So you start with yourself and slowly expand in concentric circles to include your family, your nation, and the world in this particular order. This is the common sense that is espoused by most East Asian nations, such as China, Korea, and Japan. After receiving criticism on X from the British academic Rory Stewart, Vice President Vance writes, "The idea that there isn't a hierarchy of obligations violates basic common sense. Does Rory really think that his moral duties to his own children are the same as his duties to strangers thousands of miles away? Does anyone? Well, one thing's for sure. Most East Asian nations live by this hierarchy of moral obligations." The Great Learning goes on to say that, for prince and pauper alike, personal integrity is the bedrock upon which fortunes rest. And what good is a fortune built on shaky foundations? Rest assured that those who put the cart before the horse and wait for the tail to wag the dog are doomed to end in failure. Well, everybody, hope you liked that video. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you want more content, you can follow me on Facebook, X, and YouTube. See you guys next time.